Hi everyone, Dominic Reyes here from A Merchant of Magic. Now, here at the Magic Shop, and we're working on a new ebook which we're going to make available free of charge shortly. Now that covers how to practice effectively. We sell obviously lots and lots of magic and we give tuition, but the tricks tend to just teach you the trick, how to perform it, how to get good reactions, but they don't always go into the real hard work, the bit that isn't included in the magic trick, and that's how to sit down and create a structured and effective practice regime for magic, especially for sleight of hand. Now, you can do plenty of magic and never have to worry about sleight of hand at all. That's fine. There are loads and loads of packet tricks and self-working tricks, but even if you went that route, you still need to put in regular practice because you need to rehearse and you need to find an entertaining and effective presentation for the magic which suits you as a performer. So regardless of whatever type of magic trick you're going to choose, if you're serious about performing magic, you're going to need to practice. Now, first of all, let me talk about what practice isn't. Practice is not looking through the Magic Shop website, browsing magic and watching videos, reading magazines about magic, looking on magic forums. That's all research. Practice involves sitting down quietly, probably on your own, although you can do it with a group, and we'll come to that. We discuss that in the ebook. But most of the time for practice, you're going to be alone. You're going to have the TV off. You're going to be in silence, and you're going to be performing, and then you're going to be talking as if you were there performing. So that's the hard work, and that's the bit that a lot of people skip. They get a trick, they start learning it, they practice it a couple of times to sort of get good, and then they start showing their friends. And magic's so much more than that. So, you know, we're asked quite a lot, how do you start doing effective magic practice? And I always say the best way to do it is with a structured, scheduled drill or routine. Now, the reason why a drill is a good idea is because you're removing choice. And choice is the enemy of magic practice. There's so many different competing things for your time, and there's so many different tricks and new things to learn. But without some kind of structured method that has a defined goal, you're always going to find you're flitting from trick to trick, or you're not having the staying power to really get the benefit from your practice. So I'll get straight into it, what I recommend and what my team of magicians recommend if you came to the Magic Shop to have tuition. We would set you a magic drill, a practice drill. And what we get you to do is to choose just one trick. One trick, and that's all you're going to work on for the next 20 days. And you're going to drill that trick every single day in short sessions. So I recommend 2 sessions, one in the morning and one in the evening, and no more magic practice in between that. So 2 short sessions of probably about 15 minutes. If you're very short for time, 10 minutes per session. And that's it, 20 minutes a day for 20 days. And that's for drill. Now, what I would do during that time is I would start performing the trick over and over again, very, very slowly, not speeding up, not taking time. Speed comes later as you get further onto the drill and happens automatically. So read through the instructions, start performing the trick a few times while you're looking at the instructions to get a grip of how it works, and then start your drill practice. So you repeat the trick very slowly at first for about, I don't know, 15, 20 times, however long you can do it in 15 minutes. And you keep doing that for the 15-minute session, then you stop and you come back and you repeat that again in the evening. 2 sessions a day for 20 days. Now, after the 20 days, you're going to assess your performance, and the best way to do that is to film a performance of your magic. So take a video camera, set it up, and run through the drill, including the patter. So you're going to be talking while you're performing, imagining basically that there's an audience in front of you, or the camera is a spectator that you're performing the trick to. And once you've done that, the really hard bit is sitting there and watching that back, because you're going to be really super critical. But looking at what you really look like when you perform, where you pause, where you speed up, where there are hesitations, are you smiling while you're performing it? There's loads of things to look out for, and we'll cover that in detail in the ebook as well when we launch it. It's probably going to be about 2 weeks from now, so I would say it's going to be released early June. And that's it. Once you've run your 20 days of drilling, film it, look at that film. Is that really the best it can be? Maybe ask a friend, another magician if you have one, or send it to a private group for people to give you feedback on. And if you don't feel that that's absolutely perfect, you carry on and you drill it for another 10 days and you repeat that process. So essentially that's it. That's the whole method. And if you do that for new tricks that you get, and definitely for maybe older tricks that you've been performing already, you will find you'll get a lot of movement, a lot of benefit from it. Now, the reason I say very short sessions is for a specific thing, and it's to do with research in psychology. You need time to consolidate the information from one practice session to the next, and you don't want to burn out. Now, it's really tempting when you get a new trick or when you're really into magic to start performing all the time, and you're practicing and practicing and practicing, and you might bulk out a whole evening or a few evenings a week just to practice, and that's not sustainable because you end up drifting off and doing other things, or watching magic videos or researching the next trick. So short sessions with rests in between, a bit like if you were studying as well, the cramming technique. Little short sessions often over a long period of time with consistency will get you the best results. Now, I would always say it's best to just choose one trick at a time rather than trying to work on multiple things. So to just commit over that month that you're going to focus on one trick, or if it's not a trick, if it's a particular technique or move, just that move. And focus on that during a drill period. And only once you're happy with it and you've gone through that process and you've recorded it and you like the results, can you think of maybe acquiring the next trick. Also, once you've recorded it and you're happy with that performance, you need to also rehearse how that trick will flow into the other tricks in your set. So it's worth performing the trick beforehand and the trick afterwards and flow into the trick that you're performing, and perform it with all the speech and all the patter to just see how you're going to get into it, how you're going to get out of it, and think about the pocket management involved in the trick as well. Now, it's worth, while you're practicing, building a close-up mirror. Now, I would always say maybe a 3-piece mirror, so one panel here, one panel which moves here, and one panel that moves there. A lot of the ones that you buy have frames, wooden frames, so the mirror doesn't go all the way down to the top or all the way down to the bottom if you're using a close-up mat. So I recommend going to a hardware store and just buying 3 mirror tiles and using some Scotch tape or some duct tape just to tape the 2 side mirrors to the main one, just running down that way, and then the whole thing will fold up or open and it will sit as a square. Really cheap. It's just going to cost you, a few pounds of dollars to pick up 3 mirror wall tiles, and you've got yourself a close-up mirror, but can also flat pack, so you can stick it in your bag and practice anywhere. Again, practicing anywhere, that's another topic that's covered in the book. It's a good idea to mix about where you do practice. So obviously a quiet environment's good, but you might want to run through your routine a few times somewhere that's a bit noisy. So maybe in a park or out on the street in a quiet area, just to get an idea of how you'll feel when there's things going on and distractions. But drilling technique is good because you need to keep on doing it over and over again. As a professional magician, you're probably going to perform a trick 20 times a night, and you're doing that night after night after night. While you're learning a trick, you don't have that situation, so you're recreating it in a drill method. And the more you do it, you'll start picking up little subtleties and little moves and little ways of doing things which will really help. So that's it for now. We'll put up a link on the site when the ebook's ready, but if you have any questions or problems at all, shoot us an email over at support@magicshop.co.uk and check out the blog, which is blog.magicshop.co.uk. Thanks for watching.